Insecurity in Baringo is running out of control. To appoint the government employees, the chiefs are now threatening to resign. The local elected leaders are now putting the blame squarely on William Samoei Ruto. Let's listen to this chief before we continue. That's a very angry chief whose life is in danger. And listening to him very well, that's a man who sees no need of continuing serving as a chief. Let's now listen to these elected leaders.
Tunashindwa, yani serikali imekuwa ni nini? Hata mimi saa zingine najiuliza, kwani serikali wanashindwa na watu binadamu kama sisi? Ile shida sisi tumepata, mimi kwanza na Magilapa hapa ni kuambia maneno yetu William Ruto, kwa sababu yeye mwenyewe anaelewa. Sasa sijui tumwambie kiwango gani. Na tulipiga UDA kwa sababu tulikuwa na matumaini ya kuwa hii shida itaisha.
Me, I'm already mad. Because this is not what government should do to their people. Hii hapana. It is no longer normal in Baringo North, in Simon Soy. Hakuna kitu ambaye sijamwambia William Ruto kwa sababu ya shida ya bandi hii. Hakuna chochote sijamwambia Kindiki, hakuna chochote sijamwambia. The last one ikiwa State House, naambiwa usilia sana, nyamaza kidogo.
Those are Kenya Kwanza elected leaders in Baringo. One, they are stated clearly that he has discussed the insecurity issue with William Ruto, Kithure Kindiki, but no help is forthcoming. And then the women rep there, you are saying she's also blaming the government. I want us to put all that into perspective. If you are watching us but you have not yet subscribe, give this video a like. Let's proceed. All those are signs of a failing state. If a government cannot protect her people, then that's a failing government. William Ruto, not once, not twice, same to Kithure Kindiki, they have been issuing warnings, and we have even been seeing the KDF being sent to Baringo. But all that has not helped in bringing security to that area. If you look at William Ruto, Ruto is desperate to send Kenyan police officers to Haiti. He's very desperate to send them there. While you are seeing the situation in Baringo is terrible. That confirms that Ruto does not care about the welfare of his own people. He's very desperate to please the West and to be seen as a good boy, while back home he does not care what Kenyans are going through. Sometimes I'm fully convinced that Kenyans never voted for Ruto, so Ruto is deliberately punishing them for not having voted for him. And is very loyal and obedient to the West because he knows the West gave him power. Sometimes I'm forced to make that conclusion. If Ruto knew Kenyans did vote for him, he could be listening to Kenyans. But if you look on how William Ruto is doing things, he does not care what Kenyans are saying. Look at the housing levy. Kenyans in their hoping majority have said no. William Ruto does not care. He's going on with the housing levy. So many issues, the taxes, Kenyans are saying no, Ruto is not listening to them. So that brings me to this conclusion. Ruto is deliberately punishing Kenyans because he knows they never voted for him. If you look at Baringo, Baringo should be a lesson to Kenyans that it does not need necessarily to be a leader from your tribe. Baringo, I know, gave Ruto their votes, but you are seeing the kind of sufferings they are going through. That should be a lesson to Kenyans, that a good leader does not necessarily need to come from your tribe. And also, if you look at what is happening in Baringo, and then the kind of a narrative Rigathi has been trying to propagate that this is a shareholding government. How is it a shareholding government if people in Baringo voted for them cannot even sleep in their homes? And now to the elected leaders, I strongly believe that now these elected leaders cannot pretend anymore. They have started exposing Ruto to the people. And the more they expose Ruto, the more they are weakening William Ruto on the ground. And I won't be wrong to conclude again that as time goes by, as Ruto's government fails to deliver, he's clearly getting unpopular and equally making leaders following him unpopular. And I've always maintained that as time goes by, most of William Ruto's allies will either go silent or they will abandon him. And already we are seeing some signs of some leaders abandoning him. When a leader exposes to his people that he has discussed the security issue, but Ruto is not taking action, that's a confirmation that that's a leader who is ready to cut links with William Ruto. They can no longer pretend. And now to these ones in Azimio strongholds who are supporting Ruto's government, I consider them as politically naive in that by 2027, Ruto will be the weakest presidential candidate Kenya has ever had. And I'm saying that because he has borrowed a lot of money. As time goes by, Kenyans are going to be taxed more, and he's still desperate to create or to add additional positions, the CAS positions. All this will put pressure on the taxpayers. So Kenyans should expect more taxes in the coming days. Let me stop it there, ladies and gentlemen. If you are watching us but you have not yet subscribed, subscribe, give this video a like. Those watching us outside Kenya, drop a comment, let us know from which part of the globe you are watching us from. If possible, subscribe, give this video a like. Let's meet in our next analysis.
Therefore, we demand, we don't want to request. Ruto, you said you can do this work. Right now, there's nothing you are doing. In fact, from the time you were elected, there's nothing that you've done which is sensible. Everything you are doing is just causing havoc, causing pandemonium, causing a lot of tension in this country. And I want to tell you that if you don't move with speed, we will move with speed. And this is a new team, the young blood, the fresh breath that is going to breathe breath into the dry bones of the problems facing Kenyans. Lastly, on the Haiti issue, the United States of America did state clearly at the Congress. They did mention that Ruto's interest is about making money in this country. That Ruto is just interested in making the 13 billion Kenya shillings and is not interested on the humanitarian part of taking care of interest of Kenyans. If you take these police officers who are fathers, who are children of others, who are relatives and friends of Kenyans, these people are going to be killed. We were being informed that at least 20,000 police officers should be deployed, at least 20,000 should be deployed in Haiti. Why do we want to take 1,000 officers? And these 1,000 officers are going to die. And we said, ukienda Haiti, utakuwa maiti. Kwa hivyo the police officers, it is a high time you must reject these orders. You cannot take everything.